Welcome to the very first episode of Serving Up, the podcast exploring squash, padel, badminton, and pickleball. I'm Shaun Sullivan, and today we chat with Baptiste Masotti. Recorded in the off-season in mid-July, Baptiste shares a story from his very first squash court in a doctor's office to his journey up the rankings and his mindset behind that success. Before we start, I'd like to thank all of the UK racket pioneers since 1938 for sponsoring the show and making it possible. And if you're an England squash member, you can save at least 20% off your entire order through the code in your membership portal.
Hey, Shaun.
Hi, evening, Baptiste, UK.
How are you doing? Nice to meet you.
Yes, nice to meet you as well, in the, virtual world at least.
Yeah. To start, it's a good start.
How's the off-season treating you?
Yeah, good. I'm in Prague to train, so I just went back to Prague last week. And I'm starting my pre-season work and playing the first tournament end of August. The European individuals in France, and then after I will be in London for the tournament in the 2nd of September, I think.
So it's great straight start to the season, straight into it, no easing at all.
Yeah. You will be there in London or no?
No, I live in Anglesey, which is about 5-6 hours away from London.
Oh, okay.
So it's quite a trek, quite a trek to London. Yeah, it's I'm closer to Manchester.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So maybe if I play the tournament in Manchester next year, I think it's in March or something like that.
Yes, probably. Yeah, I'm sure Joey will text me and get something sorted. But because Manchester Open will obviously be on.
Yeah.
But no, that'd be great. Well, thank you for making the time for this. No, obviously
with pleasure.
Extremely busy. I will. So I've given you a bit of a gist over email, but basically what we're doing is we're going to interview some of the initially the Oliver players and the coaches and the juniors as well.
Okay.
Just to sort of take a peek behind the curtain, rather than more than just what you see. What you're thinking, and it's obviously not just picking up a racket.
For sure.
So for you, obviously, mental toughness, it's a lot of between the years is a lot of the gap between some of the players lower down the rankings and the players like yourself who are, obviously been as high as 13. How would you define mental toughness?
Like in squash, in the journey,
just what is mental toughness to you in squash, in life?
Squash is a very mental game for sure. When you see now in the top 60, top 50, there is a lot of good players, and what makes the difference between even a guy who is like top 20 but not top 10 and the top guys, of course, their abilities on squash court are a bit bigger, but the mental part, like the difference between the mental on the mental side between the top player, a great player, and a good player, it's what makes the difference at the end. Like the dedication, the ability to work even when it's hard time. The resilience, the discipline. This is very tough. Like it's from outside, it looks very easy, but going to train, whatever happened outside the court, whatever happen in your life, you have to go train. And at the same time, your body is your tool. So of course, what is happening in your life outside the squash court can impact your body with injuries or with everything. So yeah, the mental toughness is very like it's squash is very tough in this part. It's very like um, it's a sport where like there is the whole for me the whole component of an athlete are like pushed to the maximum, you know.
For you, obviously, key things that stuck out for me then, you mentioned resilience and discipline. For you, did that sort of come from playing squash, or is that resilience and discipline come from outside of squash, like a role model, or how did you build that up?
No, of course. I play with. I grew up watching Greg Gauthier, you know, and now he's a part of my team as well in Prague, you know. So he's like kind of my mentor, you know, taking care of me since my young age, and I grew up watching him, and I had the chance of sharing the French flag, the French team with him when I was starting to coming up. So watching his discipline and his resilience is huge, and actually he's exactly the same as a coach now. You know he's exactly the same. He's pushing himself to the limit, and of course I think um, uh, I got that since my young age because I do sports since my young age, and I always wanted to win. But you know, I'm from a small city, you know, in France, and I started playing squash only at 11 years old or 12, and I was playing football before, and my dad was playing, so I go to the squash like that, and for me that's it used to be a simply game, you know, just fun since I start, you know. And so I became top 20 3 years ago or 2 years ago, and you know I didn't do much to be in the top 20, you know. I didn't like it. That was natural, you know. That was coming like that. But after I realized that if I want to stay in the top 20, if I want to go higher, like to the 13 in the world, I went to 13, but I didn't stay there for long. I stay, I think, 2 or 3 months in the top 13, and I realized that if I want to go higher and like stay higher, I need to find some resilience and some discipline. So I'm a kind of guy who can I can do a lot of hard physical session. I have no problem with that. I can push myself to the limit on this part. But you know, it's more the hiding hidden work. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the work which is invisible that you cannot see, and for example, the mental side, the respiration, the relaxation, the breathing, etc. It's kind of it's a work that you didn't feel you working, and for me this is my kind of discipline actually, because I know that if I fix this, I can go into the top 10, you know. But I have to fix this, and it's tough because it's something I never work on. I start working on since 6 months or 7 months, but for me this is discipline. Yeah.
What would you say has been your biggest challenge in squash? Is it that change that you've now implemented over the last 6 months, or do you think there's been a bigger challenge that you've had?
To be, but like there is few things, but the biggest challenge for me in squash is uh, I realized that at some point when I was 13, and some things happened in my private life as well at the same time, so I dropped, and I was not enjoying squash anymore. I forget the pleasure, you know. So I try for me the biggest challenge now, it's that of course it's my job, of course. I love this, and I want to win as many matches as I can and earn money and whatever. But at the end, for me and for my character, like it comes with taking pleasure on court and enjoying that. Like when I started playing squash when I was 11 years old, and I was running the car to the squash court with my dad because I can't wait to hit the first ball, you know. And
Yeah.
now sometimes you like you don't want to train, or not hitting the ball is not a big deal for you because you don't want, to be honest. And this is discipline, even if you don't want, like going on court. But at the same time, I try to do and the breathe exercise I do with my mental coach help a lot because I try to find again my my happiness on court. You know, for me, it's the most important. It's impossible playing well if you're not happy and if you don't want to be there.
No, that's fair enough. I mean, you say there about finding the joy on court? Has there been a moment, either as a junior or as a professional, where you almost gave up? And if there was, you know, what sort of kept you going? Or have you always?
A lot of time.
A lot of time.
Yeah, a lot of time. I was very, very close to give up. That was in March 2024. Four. I had some issues in my personal life, and that was crazy because I was 13 in the world. I was on the high, and I was climbing the ranking, and I was not happy at all, and I wanted to stop squash. You know, like I was very close to stop, and the second part of my season, 2023-2024, was a disaster. I didn't win one match from January to June, you know, and I was going to quit. And then you just meet good people, find. I feel that life brings you to. Brings you people in your life for reasons, you know, at some point during your career, during your life in general, because I was not happy in my life, to be fair. So it's impossible to be happy on court if you're just not happy on your life, you know. I find good people at the good time, and then I start to came back and say, okay, let's go. I want to push again. It took 6, 7, 8 months, and then something. I met someone else again in December who changed my life as well, and changed my way of thinking and my way of seeing life, and that person playing squash as well. So we just push each other to that, and of course, like there is a lot of time that you want to stop squash, but you know, sometimes you just say I stop after a bad loss or whatever, but you don't really mean it, you know. It happens a lot, but at that time in 2024, I was that far to stop and just going back to my hometown with my parents, and at this time that was the only things I wanted, is to be with my family and just being close to my loved one, you know.
So who, you know, you mentioned December, and I noticed watching you playing, especially the last few tournaments, there was a big shift in. You could tell you were focusing a lot more. What exactly did, you know, the person you met in December, if you don't want to say the name, what you said they changed how you viewed squash? What exactly changed?
No, but like I think, you know, it's Siva Sundari. So we met each other in December, and just like the way she's approaching life, and the things she lived as well in her life, like and the experience she have, and the very keenful people she is, and the very careful people she is. It's some, like she's the reason why I'm still playing squash, to be honest, because I was like I wanted to stop, and I was like let's go. I have no joy going in a tournament anyway, and I mean I would have preferred like being in a normal job, you know, and just being close to the people I love, you know. and and these things just changed my way of approaching the tournament. And she put me she put me back in a good track, the track I never used before, even when I was at my peak. I find a way of. I feel she is helping me a lot about the discipline she installed in her life, and I think we find the right balance between each other to just take the best of each other to just perform as much as we can. But of course, I'm kind of player who I can give a lot on court if I'm happy outside, and if not, it's a torture for me to play squash. So like, yeah, I was that close to and you know, as I said, yeah, you meet people. Siva, I know this girl since 5 years, I don't know, but it happens at this time because we needed each other at that moment, and at the end, yeah, here it is, you know, like just yeah, she helped me a lot about like she bring me back to the essentials and the things that are very important in life, you know. And of course now, the fact that we playing the same tournaments, and that we can share we share the same painful moment, we share the same joy, like most, like, of course she is top 10, so she have more joy in me than me in squash, you know. But like yeah, I think we do we are a good team, like just and it's healthy, you know what I mean. So yeah, I like that. And I moved as well from France for the first time in my entire life, and I moved to Prague to train there, which for me was impossible before, because I love my country too much and I didn't want to leave it. And at the end, that was that was mandatory to leave for me. That was an obligation, you know. So I did it, and now I'm yeah, I'm very happy of like the decision I made. I'm very happy with my life, actually, and I'm just pleased that I can still playing squash at that level. And I realized I realized that the how lucky I am sometimes to just do that. You know, a lot of people would love to uh, to have their passion as a job. You know.
Well, yeah, exactly. And I imagine Siva, with everything she's gone through, must, I
Yeah,
mean, her mental strength to
yeah.
come back from
That's
everything and
to
back
be
to
fair,
top 10 is,
when you see this little girl and the like the strongness she have inside her, it's crazy. It's so at the end, it's only just you hats off, and you just have to push, and like if it's really what you want, like just push, you know. And so yeah,
is,
and
is, is that what's changed for you then, now that you're thinking, this is what I want, this is my passion, I'm going to.
exactly, this is what I want. So if this is what I want, I moved to Prague, and I just leave the environment, which was a bit toxic for me. So I can be in an healthy environment to just play squash, enjoying my time, and try to play your best. You know, I uh, I train squash twice more than when I was playing squash years ago in France. You know, so and I want to push. I have people around me that I'm only with people that I like, and I have a good connection with them. You know, which is very important, because I'm kind of emotive person, and I cannot work with people that I don't feel, or maybe sometimes I'm wrong, but it's a feeling that sometimes I just I want to be like around like people I trust, you know.
Yeah.
So
No, no, I mean,
yeah, I'm feeling now there is everything, the environment around me just is just like the best for me to perform and to reach my goals.
interesting saying about the being emotive, and obviously you mentioned training with Gaultier, and he was obviously very
Yeah,
emotional when he played as well. How do
yeah.
you are you finding you're channeling that a bit differently now, or you're still going to keep that? Like you could tell when you played Victor,
Yeah,
obviously battle, obviously being your countryman, it was very you could tell both of you were emotional. You sort of bring that sort of energy in every match. You're
yeah.
finding how do you channel that to be
Uh,
a
that's
positive aspect of the match?
that's the most difficult part for me, huh? Because you know the good things I got in my normal life, like the fact I'm emotive, the fact I'm caring for people, I'm very like if something happen, I can take it for myself, or you know, I'm very caring about people, empathic and stuff like that is a quality for me, you know. But at the same time, on court, it can become a weakness, you know, and the players can play with that. For example, you talk about the match of Victor, that was 50-50, 85 or 90% of the game, you know, of the match. But the 10% at the end of the games, I lost it because of my emotions, you know. So I know that if I fix it, uh, I will be a way better squash player. I know that. But fixing it when you like that since the young age, and your parents are one of my parents is exactly the same as well. Um, it's tough, but it's necessary. You know, you have to do it. So that's why I I work with my mental coach, who is a psychologist as well, and so we work together, and now I try to. There is a lot of things who can impact me, but I always find a way of just not taking it personally, and just go on and play squash, and try to improve, and just focus on yourself, and yeah, that's the way I'm trying to work now, you know, trying just to focus on myself and not on the other, which is difficult for a guy who just since a young age, who is taking more about the people than he's taking care of himself, you know.
So what's your sort of inner voice like when you is your head trying to calm you down, or is it trying to sort of kick you up a gear, or is it
But I'm
or
working
is it
I'm working on that in terms of breathing, you know. But the tough part with me is that I can I can I want to arrive on court and being calm and being focused, think about my game plan and stuff. But sometimes I feel that if I'm like that, I can be not fast enough, or I'm not very accurate in my movement, or you know, I'm a bit passive. So I still try to find the good mix and the right balance between being super excited and being like sleepy, you know. So it's a work of every day, and every training, every day with some exercise, and on court as well, trying to find a way of just refocus as fast as you can, and at the same time doing the right choice, even if it's close, and if it's the end of the game, you know.
yeah. So let's go back now. You've got a time machine, go back 10 years, you can speak to a younger version of yourself, just about to start on the tour in a year or two. What advice what mental advice would you give yourself before you start everything? What would that one piece of advice be?
Maybe don't go, huh? I'm not, no, I'm not sure. Like No, I would say to the young Baptiste, I would say just like try to be very close to your patient and being very close to like the sensation of playing squash, playing the game, and trying to just play your game and keep your identity, but trying to improve your weaknesses as soon as you can. You know, not maybe I take too much time to try to focus on my biggest weaknesses. You know, so yeah, I will just spot what is important to
And
just win time. You know.
yeah. And then final question before I let you go. Obviously, you mentioned Gaultier. Obviously, you would have grown up with Linku as well, and obviously Camille was on the tour. Obviously, just as you were starting as well.
Yeah.
What sort of obviously they're legends of squash, let alone French squash as well. What sort of legacy do you want to leave in French squash and sort of squash as a whole? What if you could leave a legacy? What would you want it to be?
After my career, or
After your career, I mean, you've got years to go yet, but you know what would the legacy you'd want to leave if somebody was looking back at your matches, or seeing just how you conducted yourself, or any type of legacy?
I mean, I'm not. How can you say, like I'm not arrogant by saying I want to leave my legacy, and I don't like these kind of things, but um, I think that my path, the way of like the way of a young guy starting playing squash in a small town of 60,000 people with one squash court in the doctor office of my from my doctor office,
It's okay.
playing with my dad. That was only him and me for 2 years, from 11 to 13, starting 11 squash. A guy who is becoming 13 in the world. I'm not sure it's happened a lot of time. You know what I mean?
No, I can't think of anybody off the top of my head from one court in a doctor's
Yeah,
surgery. Is
I was literally playing in my. I'm still seeing my doctor. Actually, he's still my doctor, and he still have his squash court, and it's where I start squash. You know, and the legacy. I don't like this term, but like if people like in 20 years speak about me, I don't know why, but like if the way they wanted to I want them to speak is more like that uh, if you really push and you want, you can do it, and that I really want as well that people remind me as a good guy as well, you know, someone who is not ready for everything to win a match, you know, who is playing a clean way, and who loves as well to entertaining the people coming to watch, you know. For me, it's one of the main part of the sport, which is a part as well of what I'm working on as well. Okay, it's good to entertain people, but it's good to to win the matches as well. So yeah, I would love that people talk about me, that they remind themselves that I started squash at 11 years old, playing 2 years. I was playing football and squash at the same time, so I was not built to be top 20 in the world. Not at all. My dad was a player, but like he was I don't know, 200 in the world in France, you know, or 150. So that was not a family affair, you know. My dad loves squash, of course, but yeah, just that. I think if you really love the things, and if just you can do it, you know. And even if you start squash at 10 years old, it's still possible, and if not, it's okay as well. but just enjoy, and if it meant to be like that, it will happen at some point.
Yeah. So that's definitely a great point to end on. And again, thank you for your time.
Thank you
And
so much.
and yeah, we will speak soon, and we will meet up very soon as well.
Yeah, and don't hesitate if you have if you want to do some content like that or whatever. Just don't hesitate. Huh?
You might regret saying that.
Yeah, no, but no problem. You just send me a WhatsApp, and if I can do, I do. There is no problem.
That's great. Cheers, Baptiste. Take care.
Thank you so much, Shaun, and see you soon.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye bye.
And that's a wrap on our first episode. A big thank you to Baptiste, and we wish him the very best of luck for the upcoming season. And again, thank you to our sponsors all over the UK. Next up is rising English squash star Olivia Besant, sharing her path from junior to pro. Until next time.